This is Gabriel Gonzalez, and I'm here with newly signed UFC fighter Vanessa Little Monster Demopoulos, who will be taking on JJ Aldrich this Saturday, already coming up in a few days at UFC Vegas 35. Vanessa, congratulations. What does it feel like to finally be a UFC fighter and to be able to say that?
Thank you so much. It feels like home, honestly. Like it feels like I've worked really hard for this. I've thought about this. I've talked about this. I've manifested this. I've trained for this. I've been preparing for this, and here I am. And getting here is just like the first step of continuing on my own journey. But I am like, this feels so good.
Now, can I ask, to peel back the curtain a little bit, we've talked about it in 2020, fantastic year in a lot of ways, but, couple big fights didn't go your way. And I know that, look, at the end of the day, you have goals you're trying to reach. You have a place in your career that you want to be. How, I guess, what did you take away from that 2020? Because even though you got Contender Series and the LFA title, which was a big deal, at the end of the day, you were always trying to get to this point. So how was it to take that and to now be here?
Yeah, honestly, there was like a lot that I needed to work on in 2020 with myself, physically, like skill wise as an athlete, personally, like emotionally. There were just so many things that I needed to attribute to myself before getting to this level of my life. And that's what it is. It's like it's the next level of like, and I do belong here because I've done all of the other steps of my life to get here. And 2020 showed me a lot of things that, a lot of holes that I needed to fill the gaps into, on every single level. And I'm really grateful for the downfalls that I had, as unfortunate as they were, but like life is life. And I took so much away from them that it's like it made me that much better.
Now, we just spoke recently, so a lot of people probably were thinking, well, hey, aren't you LFA, Catherine Paprocki, and all this other stuff? Walk me through it. How did your phone call that said, "Hey, we have a UFC fight for you"? Can you talk to me about it?
Oh my gosh. Like, talk about something like, dude, I can't begin to explain to you how amazing that moment was. And I was completely by myself. I was actually getting medicals done for that LFA fight when I got the phone call. And it was kind of cool. Like, Jason House calls me, right? And he's just like got me on FaceTime. And I just look at him. And I was like, did we get it? And he's like, just drinking this green juice. And I was like, ah! I started running around the parking lot in circles and screaming and crying. And then I was like, wait a minute, but you didn't say anything. Did we get it?
Like, don't take this away. That is so cute. That is so awesome.
Yeah,
Can
it
you
was
talk?
really awesome.
So look, I always mess up his name. Santino DeFranco, your coach?
Yeah, no, you got it.
Yes.
That's yes, you got it.
Yeah, so Coach Santino, so obviously he'd been working with you, but also a benefit is that you are part of that team over there with Fight Ready and CGMMA. Tracy Cortez is there. She was the one originally preparing for JJ Aldrich. So how much did it help having maybe Tracy's input, obviously Santino helping her to be able to make that adjustment like, oh, all this homework we did for Tracy, now let's essentially give all those notes to Vanessa. How was that whole process on short notice?
It could not have worked out better for me emotionally. Getting this particular opponent for that particular reason, because I felt like, I had already been studying JJ. I was already comfortable with the mindset of how she fights, and like the psychology behind all of that. So it also felt comfortable for me to be able to accept this fight, just like because I was already in a fight camp. I'm already studying this particular opponent, not for this particular reason, but it just worked out so beautifully. Just having that particular dynamic, it was really cool. It was yeah, life really puts you in some amazing places sometimes for different reasons.
Now, to talk about it, you're moving up for this one since it's short notice to JJ's weight, 125. You are a very lean, very muscular girl. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think I've ever seen you in my life where it didn't look like you just came off, doing a set of push-ups, if I'm being honest. So, can you talk a little bit about just how your body is feeling fighting 125?
Yeah, thank you for the awesome compliments. Yeah,
I mean,
like
it's true. Let's be honest. You work out a lot. This is the point to one, be able to fight, but two, the fact that you look like you're ready too.
yeah, it's very comfortable for me, like I I'm not naturally a 125-pound MMA fighter, but I am a 125-pound jiu-jitsu competitor. So it's like I do always fight at this weight class for jiu-jitsu. In MMA, I think too many athletes cut too much weight for me to accept that as my like permanent home place. I am a straw weight. I am a 115. But also, JJ used to fight at 115. So for her, she moved up a weight class where, like, I feel like 25 is like that middle ground. Like the 35ers came down and some of the 15ers came up. So she was one of them that came up. And it didn't feel like it was so far out of my mental comfort zone to be able to do a fight at 125 against someone who also used to compete at 115.
And now, when we last spoke, you had a busy schedule up ahead. You're going to be competing in Medusa with EBI and the Mexico card. Is all of that now on hold? Are we now just like, hey, look, I'm gonna fight JJ Aldrich and then I'm trying to get these UFC fights in? Like, what's the plan now? I have to assume something might have changed.
Yeah, well, my whole life is always on hold when I have a fight coming up. Like even because I hadn't been on the Medusa before or signed up for the Medusa, and I had an MMA fight and then I could not participate. So it's like they understand that, and it's in Cancun. It's the EBI. Like I love jujitsu. Like I'm still gonna do that as long as all the cards fall into place. But I don't give a flying mother crap about anything outside of this fight on Saturday. So, like I'm pumped to be able to move forward with the rest of my life post this Saturday. But also I'm just completely niche focused, completely lasered in.
Let's talk a little bit of JJ Aldrich then. I mean, I know you got a game plan, keeping it close to the chest. What can you tell me about how you feel you match up with JJ and what we might see out there in the fight?
JJ is a veteran, in the UFC, so we do have to give her that respect. And she's been out there a lot. She's comfortable out there. I am the type of fighter that I am. So, and I'm very aggressive and I'm very active. I'm very exciting and I have my own skill sets. So, you guys are just going to have to watch, to be honest with you, but I feel really good about everything. I'm in a good place.
Now, you were the MMA Daily 2020 Submission of the Year winner for your
Yeah,
inverted
that's right.
triangle.
I was.
Yes. You look, Contender Series, a lot of people got introduced to you. I feel like though, now that you have that official UFC fight, this is now a whole nother level of attention. This is a whole nother just open door of new audience that is about to get introduced to you on Saturday. So can we talk a little bit about getting to know Vanessa? I know you, I know you. So let's talk a little bit about this. So I think the biggest one, this is not your first time on a big show. You were part of Ultimate Beastmaster. You were on the thumbnail. People saw you really trying to make that jump. Do I have that correct?
Yes, absolutely. I've been on reality TV shows, I've been on contestant shows, I've been on, world class stages, and yeah, so that's like another, I've been on the contenders. So being here, like I feel like I probably would have been a lot more jarred had I not already experienced all of this, whatever you call fight week, and this is like a part of the job too when you come here, like doing all the interviews, doing all of the medicals, doing all of the things. And that's a part of my growth. That's a part of like my personal becoming, where like I thought I was ready for this stuff in the past and I really I don't think I was as ready as I am right now, you know? Like, I'm the best version of myself that I've ever been. And I can't express to you enough how excited I am to be able to be here at this time in my life. And yeah, it feels really good. You know, I've done a lot of really, really cool ass shit, but this is the one for me. Like, I'm so pumped right now.
Well, so what people need to know, Ultimate Beastmaster, you've been a ring girl. You were not only once a stripper, you literally wrote the handbook published as an author on
That's
how to
right.
do it for anyone who may want to be into that business. Real
That's
quick,
right.
I mean, you've been in the business. Do you think I could make it? Like, do you think I got that Channing Tatum like quality to me? Could I do it?
Go out there, do like a big hair swing. You got this. You
I
got
mean,
this.
I'm saying,
Yeah,
you know, like,
you know, and it's funny because like I, I can't even think about the list of things that I've done. You know,
yeah,
like expert pole dancer, obstacle course race professional. You know, jujitsu professional. I traveled the world doing jiu-jitsu. You know, I fought in Abu Dhabi doing jiu-jitsu. I fought in the EBI. Bruce Buffer's already called out my name doing that. The Contender Series. I've authored 2 books. I do trading. You know, I've been a business owner. I've done so many things. You know, I've moved around the country by myself, mind you, several different times. Like, man, I live, dude. I freaking live. I live this life. And it is just so awesome. And I'm so happy and so appreciative through all of the experiences. And this is another chapter to this awesome, awesome life that I get to live because I create it, because I think about it, and because I follow through with shit I say I'm going to do.
how big is this weekend in terms of just your whole life? Because you have your fight, your good friend Danielle Taylor fights Friday for the Invicta title, and it's just a great time. Obviously, you have your new team in Arizona, but former teammates like Mackenzie Dern are getting main events. By the way, you're 115, Mackenzie's 115. Is there anything we should worry about with the teammates? And I'm just asking.
Yeah, you know,
Jiu-jitsu,
there's a
jiu-jitsu.
lot like Tabitha Ricci is a 115er as well in the UFC, and my friend Piera will be in the UFC soon. You know, she's a 115er. It's like I feel like this happened a lot in jiu-jitsu. You know, sometimes you have to fight your friends, and if that time does come, of course, business as usual. I love you. Let's get this shit done. But also I feel like they would try to keep us away from each other for as long as they can, you know, unless it's something like a main event or a title fight of some nature. Like, why? You know, like there's no reason to make that happen without there being like a really big reason behind it, because the roster's so large. There's so many other
Yeah.
people that we could fight, you know. Like I love the people who I love. Like, let's rise together, let's cheer for each other, and if we have to fight each other, then we'll do so.
On a scale of like 1 to 10, like number 9 being the last best opportunity of your life, where does Saturday rank to be able to make that walk to be a UFC fighter?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely put this as a 20.
Oh my gosh. And
I'm
then
really excited.
final
I've
question.
worked my whole life for this, you know, and it's like, you know, not to like put the biggest pressure on it, because it's not. It's literally like I get to enjoy this because I've worked so freaking hard for it, you know, like this is what I love. Like, I've done all those other things in between training 3 to 4 to 5 times every single day. You know, like everything else is just filling in the blanks. Like, this is what I've always wanted.
I know you just did your UFC photo shoot. What was it like to see yourself, UFC gloves, Venom fight kit, all that stuff, and to just see yourself just in it?
It felt right. That felt so correct. It literally fit like a glove. it
Mhm.
felt, it just feels really cool, man. You know, it's like, wow, like it, I'm not gonna say it feels so natural, but it kind of does. You know, it's like I've dreamt about these moments. Like, I've watched other people live these moments, you know, and I'm just always like, and now I get to be here and I get to do this stuff. Like, it's really cool. Like, it's really cool, you know. I don't know. Like, if you had like a favorite car that you wanted, like since you were a teenager, and then you finally get to buy that car and drive it, you're like, fuck yeah. You know, like that's how I feel right now.
And then my final question, I fully predict a lot of people are going to tune into the prelims. They're going to watch you throw down with JJ Aldrich. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I am such a big fan of Lil Monster. She is so cool. What do you want fans to know about you who are going to see you for the first time?
Man, you know, I am very happy and I am very grateful for a lot of things in life, but it's because I have perspective. You know, it's the overcomings that I had to go through in my life, mentally, emotionally, and especially situationally, that has brought me to the person who I am. So just because you see a finished product, don't think that someone hasn't gone through hardships to get to who they are today. And it's because of that bullshit that I get to enjoy these types of moments. So, and it's also why I believe in every fucking body out there because I know what it takes and I've been there.
Vanessa, congratulations. I know how much this moment means to you. I know how much it means to your friends and everybody who's watched this journey. I absolutely cannot wait to see you this Saturday. So I encourage everybody to tune in. Once again, guys, Vanessa Demopoulos, the newest addition to the UFC roster, taking on veteran JJ Aldrich this Saturday at UFC Vegas 35. You are not going to want to miss it.
I'll see everybody out there. Thanks, guys.